Hey guys, this is Ryan and Coach for Tactical Hyve. Today we got the MPX Copperhead. I've had this gun for a few years, got several thousand rounds through it, but today Coach and I are going to put it through its paces.
Hey guys, today's video is brought to you by Sonoran Desert Institute. They're a big supporter of this channel, and if you want to take your gunsmithing abilities to the next level, go ahead and check them out in the description below. Let's get into this. All right, guys, we're back. Now, Ryan, this looks a lot like a Rattler, but it ain't a Rattler. So what do you got here?
All right, what we got here is a MPX Copperhead. It shares a lot of the features of the Rattler, but it is not a Rattler. It is SIG's micro PCC option. Thing's tiny. It's a great backpack gun. What sets it apart from the other PCCs is this is a piston-driven system and not the blowback. So as all of the other SIG offerings, it's piston driven, much cleaner, much more reliable. The gun just runs.
So it's as reliable as, because a blowback system has like the fewest moving parts, but you have to have that big heavy bolt. So this one doesn't have that, and it just runs through the gas piston. And you've got a few thousand rounds through this thing. How's it run?
Runs great.
So it's pretty much flawless, huh?
My only ding on it is their factory trigger, which is a massive upgrade. I've been noticing some pin walk on my hammer pin.
And we're talking after what, 10,000 rounds through it?
I've seen it walk out a couple times on me. I've had to put it back in a couple times, retorque it down.
Yeah, that happened today.
It did happen today. I mean, the only thing I would say is I'd probably put some anti-walk pins on it and call it a day. Other than that, I love the gun. But a few of the upgrades I've made would be the Radian charging handle and the tail hook offering for the brace.
Now, Radian, they make that specifically for this model for the Copperhead?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So you can't just pull one off of your M4 and throw it on this thing, right?
No, you can't. Okay. So the bolt system is definitely proprietary, and how it rides on the springs is a completely different system. A regular charging handle will not match up.
Roger that. Okay, and so what length of barrel you got on there?
It's a 4.5-inch barrel. Keeps it nice and tiny. Threaded, unlike their first offering. This is the Gen 2, so you can put, the muzzle brake of your choice on it.
I don't know. I think that A1 birdcage looks just fine where it is. It
does just fine. It does the job. But if you wanted to suppress it, you could.
Okay, and this is a pistol, folks. So I mean, this you've got you modified the brace on this, or did this come out of the box like this?
No, I modified it. The aftermarket attachment system, the tail hook. It's, in my opinion, a superior product. The one that SIG sends it with has got a little floppy brace. It's
one of those that moves.
Yeah, it moves.
So it doesn't really brace much.
No.
And yeah, those are kind of silly.
Yeah, I like this option much better. But outside of that, the gun runs. Got an aim point on it. It for what it is, it's a great little backpack gun with a few tweaks. Make it yours. This gun sends it.
Okay, and for magazines, we got here. Is that the?
It's a Lancer mag that's proprietary for the MPX line.
Okay, so that one will go in your standard size MPX, or this one, no problems, huh?
Same.
Okay, whereas, and SIG's done pretty good with that. With the Rattler, they use the standard, 5.56 magazines that'll take 5.56 or 300 blackout. So that's, good job on that with SIG. Now, today, running this thing, this is a fun little gun to shoot, man. I tell you, yeah, it's real pointable, no problem. If I was gonna run this, if this was my gun, I'd mount this a little bit higher, just so it would, because my face, the way I mount my cheek onto the this part of the brace, the way I put my cheek on there, I like to have a little bit higher than that. But, you know, other than that, it ran really good for us. We had a couple little issues with light strikes, but I think that's just because we hadn't cleaned it in a few thousand rounds. So, yeah, that might be on the operator error.
Piston gun, bro.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you still got to clean them once in a while.
Yeah.
You know?
I do need to get in that bolt and clean it out.
Now, one issue I did have with this sucker, okay? Now, I'm not a big fan of having the ambidextrous magazine release. I'm a right-handed shooter. 90-something% of shooters are right-handed. Now, if you're carrying this thing and you bounce something off your chest, you can drop that magazine because this is sticking out. Now, so that being said, this also kind of hides your bolt lock. So in order to find that sucker, to send it after the mag change, you know, big meaty thumb was trying to find that sucker, and sometimes it's a bit small to expect to do any of that on under stress, you know. So that'd be one change I'd make. Other than that, I like the size of the package. It's nice, and it's got a good weight to it, good balance. Now, between this one and the full-size MPX, what's compatible? What's anything there?
There's a few compatibilities, but not a lot. Like the MP5 and the MP5K, there's a couple parts that you can interchange, but really it's its own weapon.
Yeah, well, yeah, back at the team, we used to have to, you had to make sure your parts were different between the 5 and the 5K, otherwise, you didn't want to get those mixed up.
No.
So probably the same deal here. So guys, if you get the MPX Copperhead, make sure when you order new parts, if you're going to swap something out, that you get it for this specific model or that it's compatible. But other than that, so we ran it today, smooth shooter. I mean, hell, what can you say? You put the red dot on your target and add pressure to that trigger. And the trigger, by the way, was really nice. It's crisp. It's a really nice trigger. Yeah, the issues with the pins walking, it could be a problem, but again, you're at a few thousand rounds through this thing. So when did it start happening? Is it think it's from age, or is it just a round count, or just maybe a flaw in the design?
I think it's a little of both, to be honest. This is the second time it's happened, but I do have thousands of rounds through this.
Right. How many rounds do you think you had through it when it happened the first time?
Probably had a couple thousand rounds through it when it happened the first time, and a couple thousand rounds later it happened again. It's something I keep an eye on. I'm honestly gonna probably just upgrade to some anti-walk pins and alleviate that issue. But it is an issue you need to watch out. It will walk out on you.
Yeah, we saw it today, and it just come out maybe 1/8 of an inch or so, and tapped it right back in, no problems. It kept on running, and it didn't start going again. So I don't know how many rounds you got to get through this sucker before it starts walking again, or how you treat it. But all right, so there you go. I mean, this is basically a 9mm Rattler. It's compact size. It ran really good today. I like what SIG's doing, keeping that kind of ergonomic commonality between their platforms. So a lot like what H&K did back in the day with their roller delay system that they used in their 7.62, 5.56, and 9mm variants. SIG's basically run the same thing except with the piston-driven system. So you got your full-size Spear, your MCX, your Rattler, and now your little pistol caliber carbine. So this is basically the K version of that line, all right? So it's a good PDW, man, personal defense weapon, truck gun. I mean, that's what you use it for, right?
Oh, I throw this thing in the backpack and go everywhere with it.
Right on. Okay, well, guys, if you like this kind of content, like, subscribe, and leave us some comments. This is Ryan and Coach, out.